here we are boating out of Bio Chico on our way to be hauled out to do a bottom job. Beautiful day, nice and warm, mid-70s, felt like sailing. I mean, Pensacola Bay was beautiful. There's the Pensacola Bay Bridge in the distance, but of course I had to go into the yard to be hauled out. And as we're approaching, the guys are waiting for Osprey to be hauled out. And there they are. And of course, here's Osprey just about ready. They're going to bring the travel lift over and lift her up and take her out and put her on a cradle. And this is how it works. And you can see the guys all with their lines holding Osprey in the middle as the travel lift drops the belts down underneath the sailboat to pick her up out of the water. One under the bow, one under the stern, and they're keeping her centered. Now here she comes out of the water. And I'm curious to see, after 2 years in the water, what the bottom looks like. Not too bad, though. And maybe I might get away with, I see a few barnacles, yep, on the bottom of the keel on both sides. Not too many, though. And on the rudder, also a few barnacles to chip off, but not too bad after 2 years. So she is now out of the water and looking pretty good after a pressure wash. Uh-oh, I got some work to do, I can see. First of all, the boot stripe is faded. I'm polishing it. And as you can see on the left side, it's clean. The other side is dirty. And now I tape it off so I can do the bottom paint. And you can see I'm painting the keel. And now, after I painted it all, pulling the tape off, got a nice stripe there. And she's looking pretty good in the sunshine. And you can see my reflection in the blue boot stripe there. And, well, I still got a few more things to do, but she's almost ready to go back into the water after a long day of painting and cleaning and scrubbing and so forth. Oh, here's the old guy. Oh, that's me. And, of course, my partner, my wife, and first mate is enjoying the new look of Osprey after she's been cleaned up and painted and all that. So now she's ready to go in the water. And you can see here comes the travel lift, ready to pick her up out of the cradle and lift her up and take her to the water. And now, as you can see, she's slowly being backed out of the cradle, making sure that, of course, the bottom doesn't touch anything as she's suspended high above the ground. And, yeah, she's looking pretty good for a 40-year-old sailboat. And you can see this is the travel lift. It's a huge machine that lifts the boat up. Now, in this boatyard, turns out my boat was like a small boat in comparison to all the other larger power boats that were around. And you can see Osprey is still hanging in the slings. Now, sometimes I worry that, what if it falls and hits the ground? Strap breaks or something. But, of course, they test it. Now she's being backed out and getting ready to drive the travel lift, which goes like about half a mile an hour, as you can see, towards the water, the well where they drop her in. And now here comes the moment of truth. She's now about to hang over the water. They're going to drop her down and lower slowly, of course. And so she's getting lower, getting closer to the water. Keel is going to be touching the water for the first time since I painted it. And now she's getting her keel wet. And now I'm leaving under power, and there are the guys waving bye-bye. Out on the bay, it was kind of windy and choppy.
She's sailing! Well, at least she's motoring anyway. Bouncy seas heading back to Bio Chico.
I was boating toward the entrance of the Bio Chico channel in the bay, and yeah, good wind from the south, and kind of misty with thunder showers to the north of us. And oh, what is going on here? Oh, from the Pensacola Yacht Club, they have this sailing program for basically kids to teach them how to sail and get them interested. And you can see a whole fleet of the boats are coming out as I'm heading in the channel. And it was fun watching them zoom by. And in some ways, when I first started sailing, I sailed boats like that. In a lot of ways, if you can handle a boat like this, you can handle any sailboat. It just has more little lines to tweak the sail set. But if you can sail a small boat, you can sail anything because it's the same principle. And you can see they're heading out as I'm getting closer to shore in the channel in Bio Chico. And it looks like a lot of fun as they're racing each other. And now we're heading in. The fleet's passing in front of the Osprey and is passing to the left of Osprey, passing to the right of Osprey. There they go. Heading out while I'm heading in. And Osprey's almost home now. Like I say, anybody interested in sailing, this would be a fun way to get introduced. And here they are, astern of Osprey in what passed for sunlight today. And now Osprey is back home in her dock, looking real good. Nice and spiffy, so to speak. And that's the haul out and splash in of Osprey.